I'm Garrett Christianson, Elk River City Councilman. Today we're out here at our newest fire station that's currently under construction, and just have a couple questions on how we got to where we were at today. Take us through to everything that goes on with this and how we get to the actual start of construction.
Kind of the initiation phase starts anywhere from 5 to 8 years ahead of time, maybe even 10 years ahead of time. So once it's kind of in that phase, it goes into our capital improvement plan, and that's our 5-year projected project plan. So that's when we start working into the council budget. We talk to you guys about kind of timeline when we want to start building, what the needs are. The needs have to be there. Following that, we get into design, lay out the building, go through it with the fire staff. We actually bring in our building maintenance staff, our building official, try to work out all those hurdles ahead of time.
So I imagine the designing portion is probably Chief Dickinson's favorite part.
Yeah, it was. It's rather time consuming. It was a lot of long meetings. Once we're, I would say 90% design, actually probably more like 70%, we went out for a request for a proposal on construction services. So construction firms submit a proposal. We go through each and every one of them, score them out, go into phase 2 where it's actual sit-down interviews, work through that portion. Ended up selecting Terra Construction out of Rogers, not only for this project, but also for our public safety expansion.
What are some of the markers you're looking for to make sure that we keep this project on schedule?
And once we get through, we're under contract, we're moving ahead, our construction manager, we kind of turn it over to them as far as the milestones go. And I'll let Mike speak to that briefly, our general job superintendent from Terra.
I'm here with Mike Abel. Got a couple questions for you.
Sounds good.
On this project here. Can you kind of take us through what is your role in this project?
So my title will be the general superintendent on this project. My role is we have multiple subcontractors underneath us. It's daily coordination, maintaining a safe job site. Maybe one of the biggest things we do is from a safety standpoint is make sure we're not affecting those around us. But then, as we previously had the conversation with Brandon, schedule. How do we get there? How do we make sure we're going to finish this thing on time?
So I imagine you run a pretty tight ship then, with all the different contractors.
It would be getting really deep into the weeds to get into it, but yeah, we have major milestones. We have intermediate milestones that we hit. Some of the major milestones right away were just when can we get out of the ground? So we did that first part of May, end of April, first part of May. As ironic as it sounds, we actually did have delays due to rain, of all things, in the first part of May. We've made those days back up already. The other milestones are one we're celebrating today. Structure. So now we're out of the ground, we have our structure in place. Now it's really putting the aesthetics touches to it. And so we're hitting that right on our milestone schedule. We have those established before we even start the job, what we want to hit. And we kind of get up to the milestones, we made it, all right, now let's schedule out up to the next one. And our goal is to have as little disruption as possible to the everyday life of the neighbors, the school, Twin Lakes Elementary that's just adjacent to us, the neighbors on 191st. We don't want to disrupt their daily life, and we want to make sure we do the job as safe as possible and really keeping their safety as first and foremost.
That's great. Well, Mike, I appreciate you taking the time to kind of show us around and answer some questions, and really appreciate all you guys are doing.
Thank you, appreciate it.